we are. Playfield's down out of the upstairs. Sitting here. Luckily, I've got a new ramp for this, as you can see. Odd thing is, this thing played great, even with this weird, all melted up ramp. It still played good. Let's see. I think this half right here is new though. That's part of my. Cause I bought a whole ramp set, so that's one of the new ones. And then I believe, no, this is still the old one, but this old one's actually in really good shape. So it's not too bad. And I've got the new ones, like I say, I've got a whole new set though, so that's no problem, except for, like I say, this one's already on for me. And I'll just take it off and clean it. But I mean, like I say, you see how dirty it is. We talked about it before. Now you can really see it more. Gotta figure out what to do here. I mean, look at that shooter lane. Look at that. I don't even know what to think about that. But look at this. Look how dirty. Look how dirty that is down here. I mean, honestly, when's the last time you think that's been cleaned? I mean, I tell you, this thing probably sat in there and ran until it barely worked, and they just ran it and then it just sat there. So yeah, we will be transferring all of that over to this beauty after I clean everything, of course. So starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start tearing down the top, even though I have to admit, man, Kylie, it's only, what time is it? 9:36. Man, I'm tempted to stay out here tearing some stuff down, but I'm afraid if I do, I'm gonna end up being out here for a couple of hours. All right, I'm gonna start getting this thing going. A couple of points to keep in mind while you're watching me zip through here. There's two tips I can give you that would really be helpful. One is to do like I did here, set up a tripod and just record what you're doing. I'm not going to show y'all all the teardown just because, I mean, you know, who wants to sit there and just watch that the whole time? But what I do want to show you, if you notice here and there, my hand is kind of going up to the camera. I'm showing which screws I took out. You know, did I take out a screw and a washer? Did I take out, you know, what size screw? Did I take out what size nut? And I try to put to the camera where it can see it, where it came from. So that way, when I go to put this back together, if there's any place where I'm lost or any place I'm not sure, I can easily pull this right back out, and then I can see exactly what came where. As a matter of fact, some of these posts, just like that, I pull a ruler out and I actually measure the post to show this is what size goes there. And man, that saves so much time whenever you're putting the playfield back together. Second tip, you can start off with some of these bottom level, if we want to call it that, bottom level things like the sling plastics and things like that. But at some point, you got to really start off at the top, you know. And so in a minute, once I get some of these low things down, I'm going to go back and get get that top area, some of those ramps, and start there and work my way back down to the bottom floor. Which means when I put it back together, I'll start at the bottom floor and work my way back up. Sometimes the hardest part of these restorations and playfield swaps and things is knowing what order to put things back together. Because it's no fun when you have it all put back together mostly, and you realize there's one part you still have to put in, and the only way it's going to go in is if you take a bunch of stuff back off. So that's what I'm trying to help avoid here, not just for y'all telling you, but also for myself by watching the video and seeing the order that things came off. So videoing yourself will, man, save you so much time. It'll make a playfield swap actually kind of fun. It's kind of fun to take something that's all beat up and dirty and basically tear it all down, clean everything up, shine it, make it all like new, and then put it all back together. And man, it's just such a wonderful feeling. So keep those 2 tips in mind, and if you do, playfield swaps will actually be fairly easy. Now from this point on, I'm just going to show y'all jumping through the playfield swap and how it's done, and then I'm showing y'all put it back together. Same way I'll kind of show you as I'm doing it, because there's no reason for you to have to watch me tear down every little thing. Even though I videoed every little thing, that was for my own self to be able to put it back together easily. Day 1 of teardown, officially. Made pretty good progress. You always remember to always start from the top and work your way down. It's kind of what I did. And this video is going to help me a lot when I put things back together. Because I can tell you right now, it's not going to be easy. Man, look how filthy this thing is. I can't believe I was even playing it with that new ball on there and stuff. I mean, it's so dirty and nasty. Man, that's not good. So, but yeah, that's enough for tonight. I mean, I got to stop somewhere. There's no way I'm going to tear this whole thing down tonight. It's already at almost 11 o'clock. Obviously, I got to work tomorrow. Today's only Tuesday. So, I'm going to call it a night. Good night, everyone. We'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow evening after I get off work. Unless anything really exciting happens for them, but I seriously doubt it. All right, let's take a look. Obviously, all this is gone. This is weird. I had no idea they had a little switch back here on this gate. Very interesting. All right, so here it is. The top side, other than getting maybe some of these rails off, is pretty much about as far as I can take it without flipping it over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I think, and clean up. I'm going to take in all the metal. We're going to obviously tumble and polish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this top side metal and plastics and parts. I'm going to keep them all together. All the metal, all the screws, everything that's from top side is going to stay together. Get that. That goes. I don't think that's actually part of the game. But... And that way, all the top stuff's together. When I flip it over, I'll have all the screws and all the parts for the bottom. So I'm going to clean up underneath here, and then I'm going to flip this playfield over and start taking apart some of the bottom. So let's see how far I can get tonight. I'm going to flip it over and put this off the edge and this off the edge, and then I think it'll lay pretty flat. So let's give it a go. When I start on the bottom side, I like to get the low-hanging fruit first. So a lot of times I'll get the light boards, the opto boards, and anything like that that I can easily disconnect and get out of the way. It just makes room to do all the other things much easier, because this is going to be a little bit of a tedious process to get the whole underneath done. At this point, I'm going to work my way down from the flipper side of the playfield down to the back end, and I'm basically going to try to remove hardware that's easily removable and to go ahead and start separating the harnesses, the switch harness, the GI harness, and the solenoid harness. And when I get those separated, I'll put those aside because I'll clean those separately and put them back separately. All All right, there's the 3 wiring harnesses. There's the Playfield. I just didn't take the rest of those pop bumper parts out because I need to undo the staples for the lights on the backside, so I'll do that tomorrow. Since tomorrow's the start of the weekend, I have lots of time. You see how filthy this thing was? I can't believe. I mean, obviously it was probably shopped once in its life, if even. Terrible. So tomorrow, first thing I'm gonna do when I get home and I start working on this is we're gonna organize all this. I'm gonna get some more bins out and I'm gonna put each one of these things into bins. Oh, and I forgot, the biggie right there. There's all the mechs. And so I'm gonna put each little thing in its section, and that way I can start cleaning them one at a time and just basically tearing things apart, using my tumbler like crazy. Man, thing's gonna be tired by the weekend, by the time the weekend's up. And just start cleaning the crap out of this thing so that so we can get it all back together, because it's all going on that bad boy right there. All right, I got this in from Twisted Quarter. I've never heard of them, but they were in Florida. Unfortunately, they're the only place the only place I could find really to get the actual legs for World Cup soccer, the proper ones. Here's the feet and the bolts I bought, and they were actually, the feet were cheaper than and the bolts were cheaper than Pinball Life, so that was good there. That's why I went ahead and bought them to them. Let's take a look. I hadn't actually opened them yet. I've only opened. Oh my goodness! Let's see here. I wrapped in Christmas paper. Interesting. Hey man, Merry Christmas to me. Let's see. All right, yeah, they did wrap it in Christmas paper. It looks like. So I'm not going to unwrap the whole thing just yet, because I want to keep them in from getting scratched up. Which I'm glad they did. They did a fantastic job wrapping this up. Ooh, I just. Yeah, look at that. I mean, just there we go. These brass legs are going to look beautiful on that World Cup. Plus with the new feet and the new bolts. So, anyway, I'm going to leave the rest of these wrapped. I just wanted to kind of get a sneak peek at the office here today. While I'm here, you can see them, man. Those look great. So, they probably won't even get completely unwrapped and put on until the game is completely finished, because I want to keep it, and maybe when I do my walk around with it, because I don't want them getting messed up. You know, so we're going to keep the other dummy legs on there until then. So look at that, man. Great job. Thank you, Twisted Quarter. Great job. Great effort of wrapping and great shipping. And it was quick too, man. I ordered those. Today's Thursday. I ordered those Monday afternoon. So, man, no joking around. So thanks a lot, guys.